The non-stop run had been a huge triumph for Flying Scotsman. It had its first world record and its reputation was growing. The LNER now began to use it to promote the company's profile as fast, efficient and forward-looking. The man behind the strategy was the head of advertising, Cecil Dandridge. He took up his post in 1928 and set about creating a distinctly modern identity for the company.
One of the first things Dandridge did when he got his new job as advertising manager was to look out for a new typeface for the LNER. Because type really can suggest a very old-fashioned or a very modern organisation, depending on what the type looks like, whether it's serif or sans-serif, or curly or straight, Victorian or modern.
Dandridge went for the modern. He chose a revolutionary typeface, Gill Sans, from one of the most extraordinary designers of the interwar years, Eric Gill. Gill had first used his typeface on a friend's bookshop in Bristol. LNER took the new style to new heights.
I think LNER were making a very bold decision in taking up Eric Gill's very modern typeface, the Sans-Serif. It was like nothing that had been seen before. He was a very strange mixture of the religious and the controversial. He was a risk-taker. He was mad on sex, as one of his friends described him. And by the time that LNER were commissioning Gill, he was pretty notorious in the public domain.
Eric Gill's type was so cool, so modern, so clean, so crisp, so dynamic, that Dandridge thought that's the image for a fast railway. It went on its posters, it went on its timetables, it went on its locomotives, it went on its station name boards, and it looked terrific. Dandridge commissioned superb modern posters, artists like Tom Purvis, Fred Taylor, Frank Newbold. These were some of the great poster artists of the 1930s. And if you look at the posters today, the combination of these really clear graphic images celebrating East Coast holiday resorts or the Flying Scotsman train, combined with Gill Sans lettering, gosh, they look modern even today.
Dandridge and his team were using Flying Scotsman to create a brand based on style and speed. And although they were doing it against a background of the worst economic depression in Britain's history, it worked.